What is the number one reason the relationship fell apart between Ayuk and the Niners, in your opinion? Of course, there's a lot of factors here, but if you had to pinpoint the number one reason everything fell apart so fast, what do you think it was?
Brandon Ayuk wearing red shorts at practice. That was the
Easy.
finishing point. It would like
Yeah,
I
that was
Grant, when
bad.
you told us what the points of the show were going to be today, this is the thing. Like, I don't really like. There's definitely things you can like think about that Ayuk did. I just like I don't think anyone knows what the main reason why the relationship fell apart. Like, no one knows. Like,
I think
only
it's
reason
too.
that I can think about is like Ayuk being a diva because I don't know what Shanahan or John
Mm.
Lynch did. I only know Ayuk's side of the story. So Ayuk looks like a bad guy right now. So I'm just gonna say Ayuk being a diva. That's the only
It's
thing that I know.
That's
it's
definitely
not,
the Niner side of the story, right?
it's not just that.
Unprofessional, uncommunicative, immature, diva.
Yeah, it's not just that. Now that can be all true, but I think it's a twofold issue. I think also John Lynch never wanted to sign Brandon Ayuk. That's another thing. First off, that's number one. Before any of this stuff happened, they were exploring trades all off season. They were about to ship him to New England. He didn't want to go to New England, which is hilarious now because New England's a Super Bowl contender, right? Like, are going to be a perennial like contender each year. And then Pittsburgh, right? But the thing is John Lynch, Kyle obviously ran up to his office, said, "Hey, we got something. Let's do it." John Lynch was always hesitant about it, did it to appease Kyle. It backfired. And now John Lynch is embarrassed about signing Ayuk. And the whole organization is embarrassed about signing Ayuk because the fact of the matter is he didn't show up to practice. He was disrespecting the team. And then he came back. He didn't look as good, obviously, because he didn't practice. He got injured. And then they looked real bad. And remember, the Niners are a prideful organization. They see themselves as like, okay, we're like the premier organization in football. We're a premier organization in sports. We can't look this bad. Okay. People are talking like, why'd we sign Ayuk? Why'd we trade all those picks for Trey Lance? This is coming back to bite us. John Lynch has obviously got a big ego. He's a good GM, but he's also got a big ego. I think that plays into it completely and how this story is playing out. I don't think it's just Brandon Ayuk's tantrums. I think it's the Niners never intended to pay him. They were always hesitant. Once they did, they knew it was a mistake right away, and it's looked very bad in media as well for them.
I do think that John Lynch and Shanahan have like something to do with it. I do think though this is mainly on Ayuk. Like we see his antics. Like I know this is stupid. I keep bringing up the red shorts, but like, dude, just if no one else is wearing red shorts, just wear black shorts, dude. Like why? Like stop trying to be different and like I do think this is all Ayuk's fault. He's just like I don't know. Ayuk's just weird. Like his Instagram pictures are weird. What do you do? Like just he never did this before. That's why it's so weird. I like
He's just a wide
ever since he
receiver.
got that
It's
money,
not
he
weird.
just changed. He's posting
I don't
Wide
pictures of him
change
in
at
receivers
a
are
all.
like
I don't
that.
think he changed at all. I think he was
really.
always like this. I think this is why he was in the doghouse his second year in the league. I think he was always kind of a me first guy. I think he was always disgruntled with his place in the pecking order. He tweeted about being the fourth option in a run first attack. I mean,
God.
he always felt like he didn't really want to be on the Niners. It's like, man, you drafted me in round one, but you don't use me. I could have gone to the Packers and played with Aaron Rodgers and had way more catches. Like, why am I here? It always felt like that. And then they went to a Super Bowl. It all like clicked in 2023, and then it had that awful ending. And
Yeah.
it
So he's
just
just a
seemed like,
baby. Like if things don't go his way,
but
he's
he
just a
always
baby.
has been a baby, man. Like a lot of football players are babies, dude. He's young. He's been coddled. He might be a little immature, but they knew that about him. Like, to me, I kind of agree with Brandon, but he put it on John Lynch, and I would put it on Jed York. To
Okay.
me, Jed
Yeah.
York didn't want to pay him. And Kyle Shanahan was like, nah, dude, come on. We need this guy. And Jed was like, okay. And then immediately, like, he didn't play well coming back. He got hurt. And once he got hurt, it was like, well, we're definitely not paying him anymore. And then they tried to trade him before they had to give him that option bonus this year. They couldn't. They had to write him another $25 million check. And I think at that point, Jed was like, dude, I'm not paying him another dollar. Figure it out. And I think they figured out, all right, man, well, like, he's probably going to violate hella terms of this contract. He's probably going to violate it. And once he does, like, we'll be ready. To me, they can paint him
Yeah.
like a monster, but if they wanted to pay him, they'd overlook. He's not T.O. He's
No.
not Antonio Brown. Like, he's a diva wide receiver for sure.
Yeah.
But I bet Amon-Ra St. Brown is. I bet most of them are. Like, he's never been arrested. He's never I mean, he has gotten in a fight with Fred Warner in practice, but I mean, like that was like being a good teammate and stuff. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't
I
know. Getting
Grant,
in a
you
fight
know,
with Fred Warner is probably it's team bonding. You know, like I don't
Absolutely, that's the way I
know.
saw it. Like Fred Warner hit a player really hard, and Ayuk stood up for him in practice. It's kind of thing that kind of
Good.
has to happen in training
But
camp.
Maj, before you go, dude, I mean, I think the point that Grant and I know he said York, I said Lynch. I think the fact is it's an organizational malpractice and how it was handled, and the optics. Like it just looked bad immediately from the jump with the way he was disrespecting the organization. They still continue to pay him. Then they
I agree.
immediately tried to make him look like the bad guy immediately through his rehab once it started going sideways and they had to pay him money. And that's why Jed York, we talked about this earlier. That's why Jed York doesn't want to spend the extra money on the Niners. That's why they didn't trade for somebody at the deadline. It's another thing.
Maj, aren't they trying to act like Ayuk doesn't want to be here? Right? He
Yeah,
doesn't want to rehab. He doesn't want to play. Doesn't want to be here. That's their side of the story.
but didn't they say
Even
that he
after they
hasn't
took away
been?
his guarantees, he was there in training camp every single day. He was in the meetings, he was on the field, he was there before the games the first few weeks of the season. And I think what he was trying to say is, "Yo, like that's not true. I do want to play. I do want to be on the 49ers. They took away my guarantees for some bullshit, acting like I'm a malingering malcontent who doesn't want to play football. Like that couldn't be further from the case. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the way I interpret what he was doing.
Yeah, and I could see that. It's just, Grant, you don't think he's changed at all? Like, if you go back and watch his old interviews, he's like smiling, and now he's just like, dude. Ever since he signed that contract, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I just thought he
I
like
don't think
turned
money
weird.
changes you. I think it just brings out what you've always been like. And I think he's always been
Yeah.
like this. And now he just feels like when you're 22, when you're trying to make a good impression, you cut your hair and you smile, right? And when you're
Yeah,
26 and you feel like you're the best in the world, it's like, I'm going to say how I'm going to look and say how the fuck I feel,
and then you're
right?
posting Instagram pictures with you in a ski mask with like sleeves and stuff on. Like, you gotta
It is
respect it.
sad though. The
Gotta
whole
respect it.
situation's just sad because,
Yeah,
you
because
know,
now
I
Niner fans hate him and there's no one really in his corner.
not just that. It's
No,
not just that. It's like also Brandon Ayuk is an excellent wide receiver and like his talent's being wasted. You know, it's the same. Like I know he got injured, but he probably should at least get back to 85 or 90% of what he was pre-injury. Like he's young. It's not like he's 30 and tore his Achilles and ACL, right?
It's
Like
true. I mean, like just
he's
for football fans out
26.
there, we were kind of robbed of a year of Brandon Ayuk. He should have been out there this year. Sucks. Hopefully he gets out
100%.
there somewhere. I'm not rooting
He
for him
will,
and
and
his
he's gonna
career to just
play
Washington.
fall
well.
apart.
He's gonna play well, and it's gonna make John Lynch and Jed York look very bad.
He's
I'm
gonna
telling you
go to
what's gonna happen
Washington.
right now. Of course, he's gonna go to Washington, and Jaden's a good quarterback, and they'll play very well together. And then people are gonna be like, "Why did you just want to get out of his contract? Why didn't you try and mend the relationship and actually put him out there on the field?"
Because
I don't
like
know.
you took away the guarantees right before the season. You try to
Yeah,
make it seem like you don't want to play here. You're not serious. You don't want to be out there. You don't want to be on the Niners. And he's like, I was away from the team. Nick Bosa does the same thing. I'm back. I'm in the meetings. I'm on the practice field. I'm running around. I'm ready to go. If you want me, just give me my guarantees back and let's go back to the way it was a year ago when you thought I was special. And then I'm just like, no, we're not going to do that. So to me, this is financial. They saved Jed York money. And they thought they could do it because they don't think they need him anymore. And maybe they don't, dude. Maybe they win the Super Bowl without him this year. But chances are they won't.
they won't.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna come back to this and be like, was it worth saving the billionaire some money? Like I'm always pro billionaire spending. Like, I don't give a damn when Jed York
There's
saves money. Are you fucking kidding?
there's one avenue for the Niners to win the Super Bowl, by the way, which I know we'll probably talk about later in the show. They need the 1 seed, and it starts with Seattle winning on Thursday night. Like that has to happen for that to happen. Obviously, Puka Nakua was on Aiden Ross's stream, and you know now there's all that backlash and stuff, and who knows what that'll do to the locker room for the Rams. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, the Rams are the best team in football right now. And if they have the 1 seed, I know it's basically Levi South, right? Like they're still a much more talented team, even though they probably wouldn't want to see the 49ers. I'd prefer to see them at Levi's rather than SoFi Stadium. Still, I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get into looking ahead, because we're gonna get there, let me ask you
Yeah.
guys about the upcoming game. Obviously, the Niners are expected to win, even though they're on the road. They're facing a grandpa at quarterback. Knowing what we know about the Colts, what percentage chance do you give the Colts of winning or the Niners of losing, however you want to look at it? Like the upset, how realistic do you think it is? And what would it look like?
Dude, if we lose to a grandpa, man, that guy literally like he could barely move, and every throw. I don't. Listen, I was young when Philip Rivers was playing.
He
Why does
always
it
looks like
look
this.
like? Why does it look like when he throws it like hurts? Did he like?
It's
Why does it?
always looked like this because his dad's a coach and he's been playing since he was a little kid and he couldn't hold the ball and he's been throwing like that since he was little. That's the whole lore of Philip Rivers. He's one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all
It's
time.
weird, right?
It's weird, but it's worked for
He's a Hall
him.
of
He's
Famer.
always looked like that.
But yeah, when I watched that game, he was just throwing checkdowns. He couldn't throw a ball over 20 yards. If we lose this game to a literal grandpa, that's a problem. That is a problem. So I think it's a very slim chance that we lose. But
me a number.
only reason we could lose is because of their running back. Their running back is that freaking good.
Yeah.
Give me a number. Slim chance. We're talking 13%, 7, 4,
I'll do around like 6-7%.
7%. Okay, what do you think, Brandon?
Grant doesn't even realize what I did.
Christ.
I did
No,
6,
stop doing
7.
that.
I think it's way higher than that. I can see a scenario where the Colts just like run the clock the entire game with Jonathan Taylor. The way the Niners defense looked against Tony Pollard last, and the way the Colts lost, by the way, where they got ahead and then they played very impressive defensively against Seattle on the road in Seattle. So like this is a primetime game. The Niners are on the road. This is a must win for the Colts. Is it a must win for the 49ers? For the 1 seed, yeah, but they can sustain a loss. So I think the Colts will want it more, even though they're a less talented team than the 49ers on offense. I would give it closer to a 50-50 chance. If there's one game on the schedule that we're going to lose the rest of the way, I'm pretty confident that they'll beat Seattle at home. I'm pretty confident that they'll beat Chicago at home. They suck on the road. Like they don't look like the same team on the road. They just don't. I don't know about the metrics, just what I've seen. Yeah, maybe they played Arizona on the road. Cool. That's Arizona. They stink, right? Like
Cleveland.
when they played, Cleveland, they played well, but they also had a lot of big breaks in the Cleveland game. The Harold Fannin fumble, the punt recovery that they got, the guy muffed the punt. Like in Cleveland sucks, right? They only scored 17 in Seattle. They only they went to the Rams and won, but is that really a away game? That was mostly 49er fans, and they only scored 24 points, right, or 25 points. So I'm very concerned about their offense. I want to see it against a decent team. The Colts are still a decent team, regardless who's at quarterback. On a primetime game, I want to see them score 30 points on the road against a decent team. I've seen it at home. I want to see it on the road. I don't know if I can trust this team fully yet.
The thing about the Colts is that they're a much different team. They're a totally different team at home. They're really good at home. And it's just not really about Philip Rivers. Like, it's about Jonathan Taylor for starters.
Yeah.
This dude is averaging 6.2 yards per carry at home. So you got to have some type of an answer for that. They couldn't stop Tony Pollard last week. They can't set an edge with their defensive ends. Their linebackers aren't good. Tatum Bethune, if he comes back, that'll make a huge difference. They really, really need him. So we'll see how good he is if he plays. Philip Rivers is just there to sort of keep you honest. Like against the Browns, the Niners were able to kind of limit Judkins because they didn't respect Shedeur Sanders, and it was super windy, so they could play like 9 in the box. I don't know that they're necessarily going to do that against Philip Rivers. They might, since he's not throwing the ball down the field that much, but he's a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders, frankly. I mean, he actually knows where to go with the ball quickly, and Shedeur is a sack waiting to happen right now. So he can keep you honest. And if you can't stop the run with Jonathan Taylor, you're in trouble because the Colts defense is really good. They're giving up 17 points per game at home this season. It's a real game.
You know what else scares me, Grant, before Maj
What?
goes? Some other stat that I want to bring up really quick, Maj. Colts are 6th against the run. So McCaffrey, who averages 3.3 yards per carry, if you can't run the football, you're going to have Brock force the ball downfield.
It's funny
like,
you say
the
that
entire
too.
game. I don't know. I'm
In his
nervous.
face. Like
I was always
nervous.
I was always annoyed when Grant was like McCaffrey's washed out running back, but dude, he sadly is. After this Titans game, I was like, and everyone, I posted a TikTok, and everyone's like, "Okay, but he had a back injury and he was sick." I'm like, dude, come on,
Dude.
it's the freaking Titans.
You know why I had a back injury? Because he's 29, dude.
Yes.
You know what I
And
have?
he's-
A
and
back
he's got,
injury.
like-
You know how long I've had it? Forever. Because I'm old.
Bro, he's had a back injury because he's had like 700 snaps already.
Yeah, that's what
That's another
happened.
thing.
I don't think Philip Rivers is good though. Like, Grant, you said Philip Rivers is better than Shedeur. I didn't like
Right now,
dude,
yes.
Phil-
I think
Yes.
he'll make fewer big
what?
like
Dude,
he
Philip
wasn't
Rivers
good
had a
against the
throw.
Seahawks, but like he didn't make the big mistake. He threw a pick with like 10 seconds left on the clock, but he knows when to throw the ball away, how to get like
Yep.
how to not
But I
take
felt
a
he just
sack.
handed off the ball the whole game. His
Well, who
best
did
throw was
Shador
like a
play well
10-yard
against?
pass.
Who did he play
Shador will
well
lose you
against?
the
The
game.
Titans.
I don't know that Philip Rivers will lose you the game.
I know,
don't
but
know.
Shador
Philip
played
Rivers,
well against one team, dude. The Titans.
the only thing Philip Rivers did in that whole game was hand off the ball and throw a little check down, and they scored a
Elite
There's
touchdown.
defense,
something to be
though.
said
Elite
for doing
defense.
nothing. Doing nothing is better than killing your team,
That's true.
which
Yeah,
your
that's
quarterback
true.
can do.
But it's
I like
just, I
Shador
don't know.
Sanders, but
I don't know.
Like, I trust the brain of Philip Rivers, who has seen like a bazillion defenses over 35 years, than Shador Sanders, who's still learning how to read NFL defenses. Is
I know,
Shador
but
more
it's just like
talented
even
right now? Yes, but like that doesn't matter, dude. Mac Jones can't run 10 yards quicker than like 7 seconds,
I
and
got
he's a
something
great
else to say
quarterback.
too. Is Philip Rivers really that much worse than Daniel Jones? We've
I
thought
think
Daniel
Daniel
Jones
Jones is way better. Guy, like
since
Philip
when,
Rivers.
since when do people think Daniel Jones is good? The last 2 months? 3
Yeah.
months?
Well, I think he's playing better than Philip Rivers. He can actually throw the ball more than 10
I think
yards.
it's more. I
Philip
think it's more
Rivers,
his
can't do
legs.
anything
More
right
his
now.
legs.
only one
Daniel
of them.
Jones. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
okay,
pre-injury, he could
did we
run.
watch the same game? I don't know if I swear Philip Rivers, he looked terrible to me. I was like, this guy, like, yeah. And I'm
Dude.
not, Philip Rivers is a legend, but he did not look good.
Gosh, everybody looks bad against that Seattle defense, dude, except Matthew Stafford. He's like the only guy who's played well
Philip
against them all
Rivers
year.
Philip Rivers got back in the pocket and literally fell, and he got back up, and it took him 40 years to do it.
So Philip Rivers led his team to 16 points against the Seahawks. How many points did Brock Purdy lead his team to against the Seahawks?
Dude,
17.
that was the
17?
first game of the season.
Again, I don't think anyone said that
Seven,
Philip Rivers
16,
played
17.
well. It's just that he didn't play bad. I mean, he didn't
Well,
play
yeah,
bad. He could
yeah,
do a lot
sure.
worse.
Yeah, he could. He could.
He could do a
could've
lot
threw, like, 4
worse.
picks. You're right. You're right. He was
I'm
throwing his
saying
check down
we've
good.
seen Brock do stuff like that. Okay, hold on.
You're right.
I got another question for you guys. Who needs to step up the most down the stretch for the 49ers? If you could think of one person who could really raise their game and give more than they've given so far, who could it be and why?
This is actually a good question. I don't know.
I think there's an obvious answer.
I
and
think-
then there's a more like a bigger answer. Like
Someone
who
that could
needs-
raise their game, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
See, that's where my mind went, because it's like he hasn't had a run longer than 20 yards in 2 years.
No.
It's like, come on. But at the same time, I'm not sure that I think he's given you all he's got. I don't know that there's another gear there for him to hit.
His legs are cooked at this point
think
because
this
he's
is
had
it.
so many touches. Yeah, I mean, he can play slot receiver. I'm sick and tired of like 1st and 10. McCaffrey's running up the middle for 1
Second
yard.
and 7.
Like, second and well.
If I
second
was a
and 7,
jerk,
we're
4 or 5
good.
years ago, I would have given him a nickname and it would have been 2nd and 7. But I don't do stuff like that.
Should have
anymore.
given him
I don't
2nd
do
and
stuff like
9. He
that
barely
anymore.
gets a yard at this point
I
up
don't
the
do
middle
stuff
in
like
those 1st and 10. And
We got to
everybody
use
and
Brian
their mom
Robinson
was
more
doing it.
too.
Yeah, I think what I would say is the obvious answer is Brock. We've seen it against Tennessee. We haven't seen it against good teams. I think he needs to continue to show why he's worth the money. If they're going to go anywhere this year, if they're going to win any games, because we know Christian McCaffrey's limitations at running the football against a good run defense, especially against the Colts, Brock is the key to victory. If he plays well and doesn't turn the ball over and plays like he did last week, they'll win.
Brandon, do you think this would be
Doesn't, they'll lose.
Brandon, do you think this would be a very impressive win if he beats the Colts? Like, because he just beat the
Yes.
Titans at
Yes,
okay.
I do.
And doesn't throw
I
in
do.
any interceptions. If he plays like how he played against the Titans against the Colts, I feel like that's
He
very
won't.
good.
Well, dude, the Titans are like god awful. They're worse than a CFL team at this point. Like
Hey,
Shador threw like
makes sense.
400 yards and 4 touchdowns against them or something like last week.
Brock really has played well
Yeah.
the last 2 weeks. I mean, not throwing any picks the last 2 weeks, I think, is huge for him because he it's not like he just stayed in the pocket and threw a bunch of checkdowns. He still was able to be a playmaker at times. And if he can find that balance and stay healthy, he's gonna be a starting quarterback for a very long time and win a lot of games. And he'll be the Niners quarterback for a long time. So he's a good one,
Yeah.
but I would go with someone else. I would go with Ricky. Because I feel like Ricky's
Yes,
the most volatile
totally.
player on the Niners. Like some weeks he'll play like he's just unguardable. Like he's JSN or someone. Other weeks it's like, was he on the field? I don't know. And the fact that he played all these snaps and didn't get any targets, was that his fault? Like, it's so confusing. And then when you do give him a bunch of targets after clamoring for it, he'll bang his knee on the grass and come off the field limping. I mean, I'm not trying to question his toughness, but if he could stay healthy and keep producing, the Niners really could win it all.
I don't think Ricky.
They lost Brandon Ayuk, but you just don't know what you're going to get from Ricky Pearsall week in and week out.
I don't think Ricky can be a wide receiver one. Like I think he's very good. I just think these injuries are just, dude. He gets injured. Like I know the hip drop tackle. That's not even his fault, but it's like
good though.
I understand that, but
there are flashes, Maj. There's flashes, and you're like,
exactly.
Ricky can be a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. Like there's flash. Like he has that it factor when he turns it on. Injuries
faster than Ayuk. He's probably quicker than Ayuk. He doesn't have Ayuk's length, but he's got like a 40-something inch vert. He just needs to be more durable.
Well,
he's built like me.
It's a good point because what's the Niners' biggest issue? Yeah, you guys are both incredibly handsome.
Thank you.
Grant, you need tattoos in your Ricky Pearsall 2.0.
Yeah,
tattoos and
you get that a lot.
But Grant has a good point because the 49ers, what is Brock Purdy? He can't, like, his big thing is like you play man coverage. If they have no one to beat him, he's going to throw 3 interceptions, right?
Yep.
Who's the guy that can beat man coverage on the team right now? Ricky Pearsall. So, I mean, Grant does have a point. Who's not going to play Monday night? Probably Ricky Pearsall.
Ricky?
Which is that's why they could lose.
To win without Ricky, because all of a sudden without him, like their offense becomes so compressed. And who's stretching the field? Kittle, your tight end? Like, great.
Well, and by the way, every single week, the other opposing team is running the that Luke Gifford route for the tight end. Every week,
you got that tight end who goes out the flat and
out, and then he's down, and Jair Brown's late to get him, and then D Winters is in no man's land.
D Winters
this time. What was he doing?
You know who needs to step up?
The flat on that play.
You know who's coming back? Jacob frickin' Cowing. Isn't he coming back or no?
Jacob Cowing will never see the field again.
They won't though, because the vets on this team, there's money at play here, right? Like Jawan Jennings has incentives he has to hit. Kendrick Bourne has incentives he has to hit. Like Kyle Shanahan would seriously piss off some vets on the team by playing Jacob Cowing. It's not going to happen. Jordan Watkins is not going to happen.
I'm very mad that Brock continues to like have a laser vision for Jawan Jennings, bro. Like throw to somebody else. Like, I'm sorry. I know in the end zone, that's fine. Like he's good. Jawan Jennings, good contested catch guy, 10 yards. Like he's good. But dude, Brock like throws it to him with all these like dude.
Well, are you aware of the incentives in his contract?
Jawan Jennings? No.
Yeah, if he gets to 600 receiving yards, he gets.
Didn't he just get an incentive?
He did. 6 touchdowns gets him 666,000. If he gets to 600 receiving yards, he gets another 666,000. He's like 150 away. 60 receptions, that's another 660. So he could get like 1.5 million in a couple of weeks just from hitting those benchmarks. And he gets $2.4 million if he plays 15 games. So Jawan's on a tear right now. I bet you they're going to keep feeding him. But it's like, you better not lose a game feeding Jawan more than you should, just so he can get his money.
Okay, can we go back to the main point of this though? Like, besides Ricky Pearsall, Brock Purdy's QBR and passer rating is top in the league or close to it if George Kittle gets like 7 catches a game.
Yep.
Just throw the ball to George Kittle and you win. Like every game. Yeah. They would never lose if they gave George Kittle the ball like 12 times a game. If they started running,
I agree, man. If they lose a game and he has 4 targets, that's their fault.
Yeah,
you can't lose a game like that.
Yeah,
you can win.
He's the best tight end in the league. Yeah. Why throw him he's a Hall of Famer.
I said that on Twitter yesterday, and a bunch of people were like, "No, Trey McBride is like."
Trey McBride is good, but he's stat pads too. He's stat pads too, and he gets like 15 targets a game. He's good.
He just catches screen passes down 40. I'm sorry, he's a very good player, but I wouldn't say he's better than Kittle.
But he can't block like Kittle. People
he can't.
The blocking part. Like
there's
Kittle's
no tight end that can block like
Kelsey. He's been better than Kelsey for years, but people said Kelsey because Kelsey had Mahomes, but he's never been the blocker. But the point is, like, Grant, if the Rams are so successful running 12 or 13 personnel, don't you think Kyle should be like, look, if one of my disciples and Sean McVay figured out that no one can guard 13 personnel or 12, 13 personnel, let's get Farrell and Tonjes and Kittle out there and see what can be done. Can they do that? I just
feel like Kyle, he's got this obsession with the fullback position, not necessarily use check. And I think it's kind of like an homage to his father. It's like Kyle's not really a new age coach in a lot of ways. Like his whole temperament is old school. He's not like nice and like bubbly like McVay and Salah. Like he's kind of cold and standoffish, and he uses a fullback because his dad did. It just doesn't make any sense. It seems like I understand you want to attack base defenses. You can do that with 2 tight ends because a tight end's a real threat, and a
Yeah.
fullback just really isn't. Man, he's not. You can't put him on the line of scrimmage. He's not moving anyone out of the way. He's not much of a threat as a receiver. I just don't get it, dude. Use a
But the
second.
Rams have
Tonjes is a bigger threat
Yeah.
right now than Juszczyk. I don't get it.
Oh, yeah.
Jake
And the
Tonjes
Rams
is so good.
proved that no one knows. Opposing defenses don't know how to guard 2-3 tight end sets right now. It
Yep.
completely shapes like no one knows how to beat the Rams because they're just using Parkinson now all the time. And then, now they have to keep Parkinson honest. We're going to throw to
Yeah.
Puka Nacua or Devontae Adams downfield. Like it's so simple. I don't know why. Kyle has the personnel to do it. That's why I don't understand. Like Tonjes is good. Farrell, you literally got to play more 12 personnel in perhaps 13 personnel. You know, like
Yeah,
I
I mean,
just
like
don't get it.
if you scheme up a wide open throw for Tonjes or Juszczyk, who's doing more damage?
Tonjes is bigger.
Tonjes.
He's
Like
stronger.
Tonjes was catching
Yeah.
touchdown passes in the end zone. When was the last time Juszczyk? I mean, sometimes you get him that little leap
Juszczyk just
play out of
fumbles
the. I'm just saying, man.
He's a good
you-
pass catcher to use check, but he's small. And like
Yep.
the thing is like I'd much rather have a bigger threat in the middle of the field where Brock is great at throwing in the middle of the field, right? Like get Tonjes out there on a seam route, get him out there on a little curl versus a wheel route for use check, which unless it's wide open, it's never thrown to him, you know?
Yeah.
The fact that Tonjes got absolutely buried on the depth chart after playing as
Insane.
well as he did gives me hope for players like Jacob Cowing, Jordan Watkins, Jordan James. Honestly, like just because you've been buried on the depth chart and you're young, that doesn't necessarily mean that you suck and that you're not doing things right in meetings and practice. It just means that Kyle Shanahan's always going to defer to the older players. And you'll get your opportunity eventually, and we'll see if you're ready when you get it. But it doesn't mean that they suck.
Do you think Jordan James is going to play this year or no?
No.
I feel bad, dude.
No.
I literally I follow this guy on Instagram and he invited his friends out to watch a game. And I'm like, dude, you don't even play. Like, I feel bad for that guy, man.
What about
Like,
Isaac Rendo?
like, dude, what?
I
Isaac
think they
Rendo,
should
like,
play Isaac Guerrero, man. I mean, you got to do something different in the running game. Christian
Dude.
McCaffrey is a good receiver. He hasn't had a carry longer than 20 yards in 2 years. If you give Guerrero 8 carries in a game, chances are one of them is going to go for longer than 20 yards. I don't think they have anything to lose. And I think it's a shame they didn't give him some carries in these last 4 games against these cupcake teams. You were going to win anyway. They gave Christian 22 carries against Tennessee. You didn't need to do that. You
no.
could have gave carries to Jordan James and Isaac Guerrero just to see what you have before
Exactly.
going into games that matter.
But it's sad because they tried to stat pad with McCaffrey and he still couldn't stat pad.
It
which
still
is
didn't work.
So depressing, dude.
Because it almost feels like the most important thing for the Niners this year is to get him 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving. It's like, guys, you're
He's not going to get it.
right in the Super Bowl conversation, man. Screw his milestones.
Well, not just that, Grant. Like before Maj goes, because I know Maj has a great insight on this. Like McCaffrey, also instead of the first down runs, why don't they do a halfback slip screen on first down? Get him into space, throw it, like do some sort of like designed throw to McCaffrey on first down instead of, like maybe a little shovel forward for McCaffrey. Get him a few yards, instead of running up the middle. Like it's never worked all year. It's like this is the one thing with Kyle Shanahan with pride. It's like, bro, if it hasn't worked 1,000 times in a row, why is it going to work on the 1,001st time? You know what
Brandon,
I mean?
I feel like he just keeps doing it because he just wants to see one run go for more than 20 yards, and he's like, "There it is. That's what I wanted."
Why can't
I got a
pass
theory
go for
about why
20
Kyle's
yards
doing
for
that.
him?
I've been playing fantasy football this year for the first time in like 15 years, and I feel like, okay, so I took Derrick Henry in first round, and I could never take him out of my starting lineup because I drafted him in round 1. I feel like sometimes if you take a guy that high, even if he's like not playing well, Derrick Henry's a bad example because he was solid, but like it's like, man, I committed my whole season to you. I paid you, I featured you, and like I'm not going to give up on this because if we lose and I don't give you the ball, I could always feel like, man, I don't know, maybe we would have won if I had just featured the guy that I thought was the best. So you're like going to keep going to it being like, damn, like maybe this is the week that he vindicates my decision to invest in him. As opposed to just being like, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Look, they're going to need to do something in that run game. I don't know what tape they're watching, but like, dude, they cannot run up the middle against this Colts team. They will lose because then it's going to be 3rd and 9, and Brock's going to force it
DeForest
down.
Buckner, the revenge game. Kilo TW says, outside of Bosa, Warner, Michael, and Ayuk, have we seen the Niners complete units with what they have on offense and defense play a game together this season? I mean, it's football, dude. I mean, you're never going to have all your starters healthy at the same time.
No,
Most teams
never.
don't. Look at the Chargers.
Unless for the Rams.
Yeah, well, Devontae Adams hurt now. Smells like foot in here. Says with BA and JJ gone after this year, CMC, GK, TW all old. If Brock Purdy looks bad against better competition, where do the Niners go from here going into next year? You so sure they're not going to bring back Juwan Jennings? Kyle tends to like to re-sign players he knows who know his system. Maybe Jed will say no, but I can see Kyle wanting Jennings.
Yeah, bring back the guy that runs a 4.8. I really want that on my team. Do it. Let's
Give
go.
him $20 million a year. So that works.
It kind of feels like if they were going to extend him, they would do it like today, though, right? Like they could do it right now if they wanted to. I don't know if they would.
Yeah.
Mac Jones and Ayuk to the Chiefs.
Why would the Chiefs need Mac Jones?
Well, depending on what they're going to get from Patrick Mahomes next year, maybe they need a 1-year rental of Mac Jones. Sean for the win says, if Niners win the Super Bowl, do they give BA a ring?
Hell no.
They'll give him one for sure. He was on the roster.
Dude, I would not want to give him one.
It would be. I would. Why be petty? Let him be petty.
Yeah,
here you go.
He's the one who has to wear it and be like
contributions.
Yeah. That would actually be good. Yeah.
Oh, or maybe you just saved Jed, some money by not giving him the ring. Are there any edge rushers the Niners could pick up that were recently cut? Yeah, Matt Judon, who's probably not good anymore, but he was a 4-time Pro Bowler at one time. All right, guys. Last 3 games plus playoffs, assuming Niners make it. How confident are you in Brock Purdy going forward? He had that awful game against the Panthers, but he's had 2 really good games back to back. How you feeling?
I am definitely feeling more confident in Brock. Even you, Greg, you're seeing it. And I was
1 to 10.
7.3.
Okay.
I'm going to do 7.3.
That's
moderately confident.
I think, dude, every game he's been getting better and better. He's been running more. Last game he ran the most. I know it's against Titans defense, so it's not great. But the biggest thing is he has more zip on his passes. And Grant, I've literally been saying it the last 2 weeks. I've been saying he's been getting more zip on his passes. And Brock Purdy just has to keep playing like this. Stop throwing picks. Just keep playing like this. Simple football. We don't want you to do too much. We know you make $53 million, but just play simple. Because if you play simple, we'll win games. Just play simple. That's all I ask.
I'm probably I'm gonna say a 6. I want to see it. Maybe I'm a hater, but I want to see it against better teams. Better teams first.
The Titans are amazing. They're an NFL football team.
Like, dude, I mean, it's going to be a real problem if Ricky doesn't play Monday, which is looking increasingly likely. So, like, what are you going to do? You're going to throw it to Juwan Jennings, who can't run more than a 5, second 40 down like 15 yards. You're going to get picked, dude. Who's going to run that? Who's going to beat man coverage? If I'm the Colts, I'm just running man coverage the entire game if Ricky Pearsall's out.
I will put it at a 6 as well. Like, I know he played well the last 2 weeks, but let's just look at why he played well. He went into Cleveland and he only had to score 9 points. Everyone knew that the Browns weren't going to score. So he was facing a great defense with a great pass rush. So the job was, don't hold the ball a long time. If you hold it, throw it away. He did that. He threw no picks. He threw for 160 yards. That was more than enough to win. He did what he had to do. And then last week against the Titans, like, now you're facing a bad defense with no pass rush. Like, have fun. And he did. But eventually, like, with the defense he has, he's going to be playing from behind. He's going to be playing in high-scoring games. He's going to have to air it out, maybe bring the Niners back, take chances, and not throw picks.
Yeah.
Maybe he can do that. But I don't know that he necessarily proved that the last couple of weeks.
I don't know. I kind of like how we played against the Titans because maybe this is a game that could bring Purdy's confidence a little bit more up because, like, it was a game where he was just, like, I thought that was Purdy's best game of the year, which it should be. It's against the Titans. But, like, it's also a good thing just to help out his confidence because I bet you after that Panthers game, his confidence was pretty low.
I think his confidence, that's a good point, Mosh. Like he needs to have confidence moving forward because Purdy's a completely different player when he has confidence. Like he'll take those risks, and we know what the risks are with some of the balls he throws downfield,
He
right?
hasn't been taking risks
But
in these last 2 weeks, which I like.
yeah,
Like, stop doing that
he's been
stupid. Like,
taking what the defense has given him. I mean, Grant
Did you
asked him
like
that
the Michael Jordan
question.
jump pass?
I
loved
liked
it, dude. It's freaking Michael Jordan.
Dude, he
Love
shouldn't
it.
have apologized after taunting that guy. He should have been like, he should have stood on business, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more where that
Brady
came
wouldn't have
from.
apologized. Yeah,
Yeah, when
Brady
he's
wouldn't have
sorry.
apologized.
Follow-up
Dude,
question. How confident are you guys in Kyle Shanahan moving forward? He's having a great year. He's in the coach of the year discussion. He's kind of found his groove. But this is we know Kyle Shanahan, and Kyle Shanahan has done things. He's had even more impressive runs. The thing about Kyle is when it's the most important moment, the moment that defines his legacy. Well, you know what he's done. So, do you think this year is going to be different?
Maj, you go first.
I don't know if this year's going to be different. Like, yeah, it's been looking good because there's a bunch of injuries and we're still winning. It's just like,
To beat the
I don't
Titans.
know. Yeah, we beat the freaking Titans. That's
Beat the freaking
huge.
Titans.
It's a great win.
Yeah.
I'll have confidence after these last 3 games because these are 3 games that are against good competition. And if we somehow win all these, I'll have a lot of confidence in Kyle. Even though I do right now, like he's been a great head coach this year. It's just these next 3 games, that's when I'll have my official answer if I'm super confident in Kyle. Because right now I'm like iffy.
I'm probably the most pro Kyle guy
You
here
are.
on this panel.
Yeah.
I think he deserves a lifetime extension. That's just me personally. I know he hasn't won a Super Bowl. I'm fine as long as you keep getting to Super Bowls. You're going to win one. That's same shit happened to Andy Reid back in Philadelphia, and they fired him.
Yeah.
He left, found his quarterback, won 3 Super Bowls. Right? Like Kyle, what an incredible stat is he every time he's made the playoffs with the 49ers, he has made the NFC Championship. He has not lost in the wild card round. He has not lost in the divisional round. And there's only 3 coaches he's lost to, one of which will be in Cancun all summer, and that's Andy Reid, right? He's only lost to Nick Sirianni, Sean McVay, and Andy Reid. He completely outclasses Matt LaFleur. They might have to play the Packers in the playoffs. They'll win that one, whether it's at Lambeau or whether it's, I mean, the Packers see ghosts when they have to play the 49ers. It doesn't matter. You could literally have CFL players coming out for the 49ers and playing that game, and they would lose because they would just be so spooked. They would just leave the field, and Jordan Love would throw 3 picks in the 4th quarter, okay? The Rams, yeah, that's a team I'm worried about. But are they going to play the Rams in the first round? Probably not. Rams probably have a bye. Seattle, I mean, the only benefit of Seattle is Mike Mack is really good at scheming up against Brock Purdy because remember, he orchestrated that 4 interception game for Brock against Baltimore a few years ago, right? Like he was their DC. He does a good job scheming against Brock, but I still expect the Niners to win in Seattle or in San Francisco, wherever that would be. Well, Santa Clara, it's not in San Francisco. R.I.P. Candlestick. Beautiful field. But my point is, like, I have complete confidence in Kyle until it gets to the NFC title game. Like, I'll just have complete confidence unless he plays the Rams or the Eagles.
I'm not any more confident in Kyle. I'm sorry. He could do great in December. I still have here's what gives me pause. He doesn't have the defense he had in the past. When they went to Super Bowls in the past, it was a defensive team, and he didn't have to be perfect. The offense didn't have to be elite. Now I feel like this offense needs to be elite and at its absolute best, and I still don't think it's reached that level yet because largely of his over-reliance on Christian McCaffrey. He just won't stop.
Yeah.
And the running game sucks. Maybe it would suck no matter who is the running back, but we know it's not working with Christian, and I feel like the number one option is hand off to Christian when it should be way down on the list of options because it's not a good option. And I think that I wouldn't be surprised if that is ultimately one of the big reasons the Niners lose in the playoffs. So I don't know. We'll see, Kyle. You got so many good players. You got so many good options.
Also, I am also going to say this in the last Super Bowl. Was it really Kyle's fault that Spencer Burford missed Chris Jones on the tackle and go unblocked?
Yep,
you know what I mean?
Everything on Kyle.
Like he gets a lot of crap. Like the way he called the second quarter when they were up 10-0 was atrocious. I completely agree. But like guys still have to go play football, right? Like Greenlaw got hurt, McCaffrey fumbled, George Kittle was chatting it up with teammates while McCaffrey fumbled. Like
Dude,
there's a lot
don't
of
even
things
bring that
Kyle
up,
couldn't
bro.
control.
Oh
You
my
know what I
God.
mean? Like I think he's done better in each Super Bowl that he's coached. Like I think he's gotten better at coaching in each Super Bowl. Like the first one, he was horrible in Atlanta, obviously. The second one is first for the 49ers. It was a bad fourth quarter that he coached, but Jimmy also missed guys left and right. And then I feel like he coached pretty well against Kansas City. I don't think that
What
loss
I
was
would
on him.
say is like I mean, his offense scored 21 in Atlanta. His offense scored 20 with Jimmy. His offense scored 23 plus
23,
over
yeah.
20 in regulation, 23 plus overtime with Brock. I mean, that's not going to cut it this year, dude. You just don't have the defense. And he'd be like, well,
Yeah.
we had the lead. We gave Brock Purdy the lead. The defense couldn't hold it. Guess what's going to happen this year, man? Guess what's going to happen this year? You got to
Yeah.
have the best offense you've had, and that doesn't include 22 carries for Christian McCaffrey. It doesn't.
No.
Maybe,
And that's why they
maybe
won't
10.
win the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they won't win the Super Bowl. They don't have the defense to win the Super Bowl. But can they
No, they
win a
don't.
playoff game? Yes, absolutely.
100%.
I'm confident in them winning one game.
Spider says Brock is fool's gold. We'll see. Bill
don't know
Kennedy
about
says, are Brandon and Maz in last place in prize picks?
Are we?
Why did we get it wrong last week?
I don't know. We'll
We
do
probably
prize
got it
picks in a
really
minute.
wrong.
Before we get there, I want to ask you guys just an NFL at large question. It's so hard. If you guys had to put $1,000 down of
I
your
saw
own
that,
money
yeah.
today on the team you think will win the Super Bowl, who would you feel safest putting your hard-earned cash on, and why? You gotta pick
Say
one
it.
This is
team
a
today.
tough
Say
question.
it. Say you know what team.
The Los Angeles Rams.
That's
Probably the Rams.
I'm actually
They
going to
just-
say someone different for.
I wouldn't say the Rams. To me, the Rams are
Really?
the best team in the league right now. No question.
Actually, you know what?
But
No,
are they
I'm
gonna
going
be
to
the
switch
best
my
team in
answer.
a month? I don't know.
I'm going to switch my answer. I'm going to go Bills. Bills have
too.
no
Me
Chiefs
too.
to play, and
Yep.
they have Josh Allen in the playoffs. Like, I feel like this is a year Josh Allen's going to be like, holy crap, I finally don't have to play my father in the playoffs. This is my opportunity, and he's just going to play like a Madden 26 like career mode type of playoff run. Like, he's going to go berserk. So
Like
give me the Bills. If I had to place
I
money
agree.
right now, I think I'm going to go with the Bills.
I agree. And the thing is, like Josh Allen, like everyone's like, oh, the defense sucks for the Bills. And that's true, like the Niners. But it's also like Brock isn't Josh Allen. Like Josh Allen can single-handedly put the team on his back and win you any game. Like he can score 40 whenever he wants. Best player on earth. Like, you know, like I just think Denver's fool's gold. Like they might be home. That would probably be the toughest game for the Bills. But like Baltimore stinks. Like Lamar hasn't looked good this year. New England, I mean, they have a quarterback in the second year, very young roster. They're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like the Bills probably coast through the AFC. And then I think they're also the only team from the AFC that can beat the Rams, Seahawks, or 49ers in the Super Bowl.
I think the
sleeper
Bills
pick-
are a good choice.
My
I would
sleeper
probably
pick?
go with the Bills. Go ahead.
My sleeper pick's going to be the Texans just because of their
Yeah,
defense.
Defense is
Okay,
I
before
missed
you start
D'Amico,
going-
man.
Huh?
I said I missed D'Amico. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, that's all right.
I'm heartbroken.
Let me go, Matt, because you've already gone twice.
Sorry.
I agree with the Bills. I think that's probably the safest pick because they have the best player in football. And if the whole league is like the Bills aren't good, but no team is really that good. I guess the Rams are good right now. But what scares me about the Rams is that Devontae Adams has a hamstring injury. That's not going to fully recover, and he's very important for them. Matthew Stafford's old. It's a long season. Is he really going to make it through without spraining his ankle or messing up his toe? We'll see. I just feel like probably the Bills are the best pick, but the dark horse, like you said, Maj, the Houston's really interesting because if I were to ask you guys, what is the best unit in football this season, what would the answer be?
Houston's defense.
Houston's defense.
Easily,
And a lot of
easily.
times the Super Bowl winner is the team with the best unit, especially if there isn't like a really special offense. I don't think there's a really special offense this year. Is there?
I mean, it would be the
The
Rams,
Rams?
but now with Devontae. Well, Puka
With
also
Devontae?
is like self-destructive.
The Rams can't even get 1 yard on 4th and 1 when they have to, man. It's like a handoff to Kyron Williams.
Because they were using the system running back. They actually have a
Yeah.
legit elite running back who they don't use enough yet, and his name is Blake Corum. They need to use him
like
more. He's
But
better
it's
than
true.
Kyron
They
Williams.
kind of need like they don't really have a short yardage running back. Blake Corum's like smaller than Kyron Williams, but he's good though. I'm
Yeah.
just
He is
saying.
better. He's better. If they
yeah.
used him more, maybe they'd have a chance to make a deep playoff run instead of the serial fumbler himself, Kyron Williams.
What about one team? Like, if there was like one, like, because I think a lot of people see Houston with that great defense as a legit contender. What about one team in the playoff picture right now that no one's talking about that has a legit shot to win? No one's talking about.
To win a Super Bowl or to like make the
This
Super
year.
Bowl? Detroit probably still. I mean, if they make it, they have a chance because their offense. Like, I would say the Niners, but like I think people are starting to come around. Like, oh wow, like San Francisco. Like, if they get in and they get the 1 seed, like they absolutely could make the Super Bowl. But winning is far fetched. Like, they're not beating Buffalo in a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Or Houston.
I think maybe the
What
Bears.
about? What'd you say?
The Bears?
Bears.
Bears have a good defense. They force turnovers, but
that's the biggest thing.
Their production's contingent upon forcing turnovers, though. That's
Dude, they have CJ Gardner-Johnson, and right when CJ Gardner-Johnson got released from the Texans, I was like, oh my God, Niners, get him, and then we didn't, so whatever.
Okay, I got one. I knew you guys weren't going to say him because no one ever says his team, but what about, this team has the same record as the Niners.
Oh, you're going to say Jacksonville?
They beat the Niners. What about Jacksonville?
No. Trevor, no.
Their quarterback is balling. Their coach is good.
He's elite.
Their coach is good.
Yeah, he schemes it up better than Kyle right now.
I mean, he's right there with Ben Johnson.
Yeah, he's good. He's a great coach.
Just saying.
I don't know.
Is
legit. Lawrence worse than Caleb Williams? I don't know.
He is worse than Caleb Williams. I think if they had Mac Jones at quarterback in Jacksonville, I'd be more confident about them going to a Super Bowl. I think Mac.
I don't know. Trevor Lawrence is like
he may not be good, but he's playing well recently.
He played the Jets.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's
Tyler
true.
Shuck is gonna like dominate the Jets this week.
Tyler Shuck is actually.
Hey man,
really
Brock Purdy played the Titans. People gave him hella credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not ready to give Lawrence.
Titans.
A blind squirrel could have gotten 6 touchdowns against the Jets last weekend. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna give Lawrence credit there.
Spider Rourke says, "Get ready for Curtis Rourke."
Let's go! I'm super excited, man. I can't wait.
Do you think there's a world where Brock Purdy gets hurt, Mac Jones gets hurt, Curtis Rourke fills in, Super Bowl MVP.
And then wins the Super Bowl? Yes. Oh my gosh.
Super Bowl MVP.
Yes. Dude, he's
just
Canadian.
Be like deja vu. It'd be Groundhog Day. It would just be Brock Purdy 2.0.
He's literally Canadian. If he played, he's winning. Simple.
All right, Prize Picks time, baby. We got Old Man Rivers.
Is that
being
Joe
played by Joe Biden? 154.5 passing yards.
There's no way that's real.
He went less.
He went for
Taylor's
120 against Seattle. He's at home. You think less than 154? Is your
pick? Dude, they're not gonna have him pass.
Dude, Prize Picks is the best. There's no way that's actually awesome. That's amazing.
Absolutely the kind of stuff they bring to the table. Brock Purdy, 242.5, more or less.
More.
He has to. If they have any chance at winning, he has to.
Jonathan Taylor, 97.5.
More. Slam the more. Literally break your
phone. He might get 200. He might get 200.
Christian McCaffrey, 64.5. I mean,
I'd stay away.
It's a lot of carries.
That's a pretty good line. I'm not confident with either.
This one's so disrespectful.
Receiving yards, I'd go more.
What about longest run?
11.5.
11 and
probably less.
I don't know though. He has like every once in a while he'll have like a 12-yard run.
He had a 9-yard carry last week.
Yeah, that's dangerous. I would just take the more on receiving yards. He's gonna get like 17 checkdowns this game.
All right, that's probably the thing to do.
But again, you're listening to me. I've been wrong like 5 weeks in a row.
They finally stopped throwing the ball that much. Maybe because they try to get the ball to Jawan Jennings or Ricky Pearsall, but Ricky could be hurt. Okay, speaking of receiving yards,
George Kittle more.
They don't want to. Okay, Kittle 60.5. What do you think?
More.
If Kittle has less than 60 yards, they'll lose, dude. Like
Tyler Warren. God, this guy was killing for me in fantasy. This is really.
And then he sucked. What the hell's going on with him? Probably
quarterback guy went down.
Oh yeah, probably less then. I don't
know. Tight ends can absolutely murder the 49ers, and they're going to run that play.
I would say more.
Gunnar Helm said.
Yeah, I'm going to say more.
Gunnar Helm did last
Only
week.
guy we're fading is Philip Rivers. I think that's appropriate.
Brandon Gunnar Helm's so good. Oh my god, I love Gunnar Helm.
Download Prize Picks. Use promo code CONE, COHN. What? We talk about game mode. Who did say game mode? Huh?
Why won't it go?
I'll figure it out later. Don't worry. Don't worry. Promo code CONE, COHN. Play $5. Get $50 instantly in lineups. I'm gonna lock it in so we get these guys on the record with their picks because they made some wild ones, but I liked them. A lot of people watch it. A lot of people want to know. We started the show talking about Tua, and basically our message was for Brock to take heed and pay attention to what's going on here because it could happen to anyone.
Don't throw interceptions. Very simple.
Very simple. It's
Mac
easiest
Jones
way
would
to
throw
do.
it away.
2-year shelf life when you sign these contracts. That's it. You still got to play well. You get 1 year to mess around. So Brock, you can throw a few more picks this year, but next year you got to lock in.
Exactly. Lock down
Yeah.
in, Brock.
I don't want him to
Alright,
throw
fair.
a few more picks this year. He's throwing 7 already. Like, I don't want to see more.
Yeah. If it's more, that's not good. Well, okay, but Brock Purdy, he's probably gonna play against the Colts, and then he's gonna Dougie, and then everyone's gonna be happy.
Now that he's dancing, he's so much better quarterback.
He is. I kind of like that though. I like that he has like he's just
He
like
has
You know why
way
Tua
more
got
motion
benched?
than Jimmy.
having
Because he
fun.
didn't Dougie. If he had
Exactly.
Dougie, he would have been the quarterback.
Exactly. So that's his
Did you hear a
fault.
crazy stat why the Niners could win a Super Bowl real quick this year?
Yeah.
Because Brock Purdy can Dougie
9 of the last 10 Super Bowl champion quarterbacks have been
have a
married.
wife. I knew it.
Only one was Jalen Hurts who got married a month after the Super Bowl. So engaged or married is you got to be engaged. or married.
Monogamy.
So Justin Herbert, no Super Bowl. Sorry, buddy. Lamar Jackson, well, he has a girlfriend, but I don't think they're married. He's a kid.
Stafford.
Right?
Yeah.
He's married. Yeah.
He's
Stafford married. What about Darnold?
Not married.
Not
Engaged though.
Oh my God,
He's
he's so
engaged.
selfish, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
For
mean,
the
dude, what are you
team.
doing? Bo
He
Nix
should at least
married.
get engaged for the team.
I think Bo Nix is literally waited till marriage. I think he's like super, super Catholic. Bo Nix.
Oh,
like,
that's good to know, man.
married
Bo
You
Nix.
really know a lot about these people's personal life.
Dude,
Brandon knows everything.
I know that I want a quarterback who's going to be married, who's not going to go out and sleep with random women. Like, I want him locked in on football, dude. Like, that's what I like about Brock Purdy. Like, and Mac Jones. Mac Jones is like a longtime girlfriend too. He's not out
I love Mac
partying on
Jones,
the
man.
weekend. Dude, you don't want your
Sean Moore was
quarterback doing the Trey Lance at the strip club, man. That was no.
Sean Moore was married. And on that note, I think it's time to go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Maj. I'll be around. The Niners aren't practicing today because they play on Monday, so tomorrow is their first day back. I'll just be streaming. Hang around. I'll be back.
Grant, what's the weather in
that
San
already.
Francisco right now that you're wearing
Huh?
that beanie? What's the weather in San Francisco that you're wearing that
It's
beanie?
like
What is
40 something. It's quite cold. I don't like it. I'm not built for it.
Dude,
Anything below
Grant, you
55
texted me. It was +8. I was like, bro, what? Like, but Grant, like yesterday was +5, and I was out in a sweater, and I was like, dude, it's hot out. And now today we're getting 30 centimeters of snow.
I'm sorry that you've been traumatized living
You're so
in Edmonton. All I can say is that people weren't meant to live like that, man. And you got to get out.
Maybe I'm just built different.
Maybe you're just built different. Maybe you're 6'9" because you had to be to survive. See you guys.